Welcome to DIY Easy Crafts. Today we're going to take a look at how to make Duck Decoy Texas Rigs. Now, Texas rigs are just a really neat way of rigging your duck decoys. For this project we're going to need some wire clothesline, some fishing snap swivels, some 1/8 aluminum crimps, and some 8-ounce fishing sinkers. Now the wire clothesline that we used, we got at Ace Hardware, is a 50-foot roll, cost about $10. You could also use real heavy, like 400-pound mono. We're using a fishing snap swivel. These I got on Amazon as a 25-pack for about $10, and these are the 1/8 aluminum crimps. We got a 100-pack of those for $8.98. The fishing sinkers I didn't have to buy. I have a bucket full of scrap sinkers. But they're not all that expensive. So the Texas rig has a loop on one end, which is crimped together. The snap swivel kind of slides along the cable, and a sinker at the other end. The ones that I'm going to make today are for a little bit deeper water. I'm going to make 6-footers, but you could make these any depth you want, any length you want. Usually they're 3 or 4 foot. We're going to put a sinker on one end. You put the crimp on the cable first, on the wire first. Wrap it through the sinker, and then you could buy a crimping tool, just over $20 on Amazon. I just use a vise. I used an Allen key, and I'll show you in a minute. When we clamp this down, that's going to make an indentation into the crimp. It's a little bit slower than having the crimp tool, but I didn't have to do all that many of these. The aluminum crimps pretty easily. You don't have to use all that much force. I like to use 8-ounce sinkers on these things. On the other end, what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide the snap swivel onto the wire. Then I'm going to put another crimp bushing. And this is where I'm going to make a loop. This is the loop that you're going to attach, a carabiner when you're bringing in the decoys or managing the decoys. And this is also going to be crimped into position in the exact same way. I'll go back to the vise. Like I said, I'm using an Allen key. You could also use a nail, anything that's going to create a little bit of an indentation into that crimp bushing. So now I've got a loop on one end, a sinker on the other. I used, like I said before, some scrap sinkers that I have. If I didn't have, and in this case I didn't have enough of the 8-ounce sinkers, you could also choose to use 2 smaller sinkers. Either way, they're going to hold the decoys in place real nice. The snap swivel, the part that opens up, attaches to the keel of your decoy. And because you're using wire or a very heavy mono, these things don't get tangled as easily as if you use paracord or anything like that. So in the field, when you're harvesting your decoys, all you have to do is walk up to each decoy, pick it up. That upper loop is going to be right up at the top. Snap it right onto your carabiner, continue on your way. When you've filled up your carabiner or have a dozen or 2 on there, you can just throw that wire right over your shoulder and transport them back to the blind. A very nice way to deploy and to manage your decoys. I hope you liked this quick little video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'd love to hear some comments in the comments section. By all means, check us out on the web at DIYEasyCrafts.com. We've got some other duck hunting and boat nautical related do-it-yourself videos, including how to make a blind for a boat.